how's it going? Don't mind this. I'm borrowing my mom's room to shoot this video. So I'm going to do a tarot reading next and I'll do it outside. But this is kind of a little bit of a more private talk, and my sister and my niece and nephew are in and out. So, oh my God, sorry, all these alerts. Okay, so I'm going to talk about eating disorders. I guess I would be both anorexic and bulimic, because sometimes I used to throw up, like binge eat and throw up, and then sometimes I just don't eat. And I've been battling it for years, but obviously I'm a lot better with it because I eat every day. I don't think you're ever out of recovery. Like, I constantly have to challenge myself, and with this postpartum body and having issues losing weight and then going through a breakup, I was severely triggered. And oh my God, I thought it froze. Sorry. I'm like, no, let me know. I just want to talk to people out there. Maybe you don't know anything about eating disorders, or maybe you have one yourself. A lot of my time, and when I was dealing with the eating disorder, I kept it to myself. Nobody really knew. I didn't talk about it. It wasn't until I hit rock bottom and got down to a scary weight and I was severely unhealthy that I started to do anything about it. But what I want to talk about now is I'm somebody who's had years of recovery. I haven't had any issues for about 2 years until the beginning of this week. And I'm going to be very honest. I'm sorry if it triggers anyone, but I'm speaking to people like me who are either keeping it a secret still and dealing with it, or are in recovery and have like spouts of going backwards. And again, for people who have people with eating disorders in their life and don't know much about it, I would eat dinner. Most of this week I've ate something every day, but I made myself throw up quite a few times this week. I would eat, throw it up, purge it, as I would call it, because, like I said, I don't know if it's the breakup. I don't know if it's that I'm just not comfortable in my body. My body is bigger than it's been in a long time. Like, none of my clothes fit. I had to get new clothes. You know, when you get pregnant and stuff, your body changes, obviously, and I think that triggered that. And then not being able to lose the weight, and then in my eating disorder mind, even though I know it's not true, I feel like the breakup happened because I'm heavier. So I think that put me in a bad frame of mind and kicked me into acting out. But I called my support group. I was honest. I said I've been throwing up like twice a day for about 5 days, which is too long. I let it go too long without calling. I should have, the first time I threw up, I should have called my support group. My teeth are hurting again. That's what happens when you make yourself throw up from an eating disorder. This whole side of my back teeth are almost gone. Mostly the top ones were pushed by my wisdom tooth, but the bottom molars eroded from throwing up for years. That's the realism of an eating disorder. Thank God I still have, and here, that's the truth. Like, your molars go. And that's how you know you have a fucking problem. When your molars start falling out of your mouth, it's time to get some, even before that, it's supposed to get some help. But if you're somebody who's had an eating disorder and you are in recovery, because that's a misconception. When I was throwing up, my teeth were fine. It's when I stopped, and like a year after, from the enamel was gone, all this stuff, like, I used to have sores in my mouth from throwing up too much. But anyway, the whole point of this is I, noticed a pattern. I felt shame, from the first time to the last time I was throwing up. I felt embarrassed. I didn't want to tell anybody because I'm so far in recovery. To admit that I had gone backwards was a little difficult. You gotta drop your pride, you gotta drop your ego, and you have to speak about it. Don't hide. We are natural hiders. Even when I was a teenager, I used to cut, which is common with eating disorders as well. I used to cut my thighs and nobody would know, and I'd just bandage it. People don't understand. A lot of disorders go hand in hand. You don't like your body, like, you can do crazy things. Everybody has a different reaction to it. But I catch myself looking in the mirror and just being completely disgusted. This is also another misconception. We see, like, not that there's anything wrong with being 300 pounds, but that's what I see in the mirror. To put it in a spectrum, I'm not 300 pounds, but when I look in the mirror, I see severely obese. And it bothers me and it triggers me. And that has never changed from back then until now. Ah, damn it. No crying in baseball. But you have to train your brain to understand what the disorder is and what you're actually seeing. But, so, this week is a little tricky. Fuck my life. Why am I getting emotional? I don't know. I think it's just admitting it in a public sense, but this is what you have to do so people check your ass so you don't keep going backwards. It's embarrassing, but do it anyway. Cry. Fuck it. Who cares? But I just wanted to tell you, I'm 37 years old. This started happening to me when I was probably, I don't know, 12, 13, when your body starts changing, and I'm still dealing with it. I've been so good for years, and it's so frustrating for me to go backwards, but I'm going to go back and sit in those support groups and do what I need to do, because that's what matters most. Sorry, I had to get a tissue. I know it's not running down my face. But I'm being vulnerable because, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you're day 1 or day 1,000,001, whatever aspect you are in your recovery, be honest. Speak up when you're going back to bad habits and you're going back to bad things. Admit it. Admit it is half of the battle. If you can admit it, if you can say it out loud, I know that tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to allow myself to throw up. And today I've been all good. And it's only been this week, but that doesn't matter if it's 1 day or 7 or 25 or 106. You got to stop it. Because you're ruining your body. And why do you care? Why do we care as people so much about looks? Because honestly, I'm a spiritual person. I really don't care about looks. I don't judge other people by their looks, but I judge myself. That's the disorder. You have to figure your brains out. What is truth and what is the disorder? But hang in there. If you can't find a support group in your area, like mine is shut down still from COVID. I don't think they even opened the building, but there is an online. They have chat rooms. You can Skype in. They put up the times like on that little bulletin board. Go to Google, type in eating disorder support groups. Something's going to pop up, whether you get a hotline, whether you get an address of a physical place you can go to. Admit that you need help, because you're not going to stop on your own unless you check yourself publicly or tell people that you live with and your family, like, listen, I'm struggling. Can you check in with me every day to make sure that I'm doing okay and help me boost up my confidence? For me, I've got it down pretty well. It only takes a few days for me to get back on track, but that's because I admit it and I blast myself. Because I know that if I don't admit it, if I don't do something, I'm going to keep hiding in that bathroom. I'm going to keep throwing up until I'm 90 pounds, sick as fuck, and my body is deteriorating, and all my teeth are gone. And I don't want that to happen. So, I don't want that to happen to you. So, no matter what age you are, be vulnerable. It's okay to admit that you have a problem. It's okay to admit that you need help. And that's the whole message in this video. Also, today is Spirit Day, which is for the LGBTQ community, for standing up against bullying. A lot of people that are still being bullied because they're gay, because they're transgender, because they choose a different way of living than other people, and people have a hard time accepting change. So today is all about uplifting LGBTQ and helping them fight for equality, and I totally support that. And I am fighting for equality with eating disorders because so many people judge you. Like, you can stop anytime. No, it's not that easy. It's a literal disorder. Until you figure out the mental aspect of it, it's just like an addiction for anything else. You need recovery. You need rehab. And I feel like the same thing with the LGBTQ people that are being bullied. They need support groups. They need support in their community, and they need to be vulnerable and speak up and be like, this is who I am, and this is what is happening to me. So today, I want to give a shout out to all the LGBTQ people. I love you. I support you. If you're ever getting bullied, I will stand up for you. If you need anyone to talk to, I am here, and I'm rooting for you, and I'm helping you fight for your rights in whatever way I can, whether it's showing up to events or parade, or I just want you to be okay in your own skin, and I want everybody with eating disorders to be okay in their own skin and in their own mind. And it's a battle every day, no matter which one you are. Be vulnerable, be honest, tell the truth, admit when you need help, admit when you fuck up, because if you do that, that's growth and living proof that you can be a spiritual teacher, you can be somebody who's dealt with this for years and still stumble. I'm not perfect. I'm going to have to battle this my whole fucking life. And I'm okay with that. There's nothing wrong with you if you have any kind of disorder. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody battles something. Be honest. Be real. And if they can't handle it, New York fashion, do this. Anyway, I love you all. I do that in the mirror to myself, like, stop picking on yourself, dick. And it makes me laugh. Do whatever you need to do. I just wanted to talk about it. Blast myself. Put myself in check. So, like, people... Not that I need anyone to hold my hand, but like, did you eat today? Are you throwing up? Like, accountability. Accountability is growth and progress in any disorder. If I keep hiding it, I keep doing it. And we don't want to do that. Don't hide it out there. Number one killer of anorexia and bulimics is hiding it to the point where it's too late. Don't let that happen to you. You can change. You can have a normal life. I've had a normal life for years. I did hit a speed bump, and that's going to happen. Don't let it derail you in your progress. Keep going. Keep going to the support groups. Keep asking for help, and keep admitting when you're stumbling and when you're struggling. It's okay. Somebody in your community has dealt with it too, and if you can't find anyone in your community, you can hit me up. My email is unicorntarot888@gmail.com, or you can talk to me in the comments. You can find me on Facebook under Elizabeth Ooh without the E, and get a hold of me there. Thanks again. I'll see you all later. Bye.